take a look at next week and all that's coming up. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for donuts, which means it's time for when the donuts appear. Alden Davis is around. So, Alden, what do we have now?
Well, quit before you start and save the pain of trying. Let's
idea.
master the lower limits of our thinking so that we become disempowered and let other people succeed.
Absolutely.
What's Coach got in store for you today? Get our 5 to Thrive handout at myvaluetree.com and be ready to work right after more weather and sports.
You're facing a challenge with me. If you can convert me.
Because you're already ready
I always
to
want
quit.
to do these things called negative thinking rallies.
Yes.
Where you go, like Tony Robbins, and you get 15,000 people in the XL Center. How you feeling? Lousy.
Yeah, but, and I wanted to do the Divorce Expo, which is a whole nother thing. Bring in
a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you get a big dumpster there. You throw in all the wedding pictures. You throw in all the gifts, and it's the Divorce Expo.
It looks like
There's a
we've got
twist
it
in this whole room today.
Yeah, this is going to be
You've
exciting.
got a lot of work to do here, Alden. So good luck. Rest up. Have a donut. It's 7:14. Scott, you can pull that over. Oh, you want to stand up?
Well, if the mic's...
I like
God,
it.
listen
I like
to
it.
this.
The mic's not staying up.
I don't know what we're going to do with Community Connection here. This is beautiful. Okay, good work. All right. Anyway, it's 7:24. Time now for Alden Davis, a consulting genius. Companies pay him big money to come in and reorganize things, and we're helping you for free.
That's
Alden,
right.
Time to reorganize your life or organize your life. What's today?
Any Saturday morning that we miss our coaching session causes me to panic. 2 more people I know this week lost their jobs. This market is far from stable, and we can never let our guard down, even if you have been with the company 25 years. It is imperative that we keep our edge and keep engaged because this is a game for competitors. So to give the other person an advantage, today's coaching tip is quit before you start and save the pain of trying. Our Star Power coaching sessions start each new year with the power of planning, taking a few minutes to describe the outcomes we would like from the year and then writing them down. The handout is a framework to help guide your thinking in 5 powerful ways, and today we focus on reducing the lower limits of our thinking. Lower limits show up in the self-defeating and disempowering things we say to ourselves. Lower limits are all of the negative and nasty messages delivered to us. The lower limits of our thinking are what give the other person a competitive advantage over us. Coach is poking at you with the statement, quit before you start, let the other person succeed, don't risk anything, and never worry about failure. Have you seen the demotivational poster that reads, it could be that your life is only to serve as a warning to others?
I like that.
Yeah. How sad would
Where
that
did I
be?
get that?
Yet many of you are saying no to yourself before someone else does. You are taking options for your future off the table before you even know what is possible. I know lower limit thinking firsthand. As I was making the initial steps to move from the security of the corporate world into external consulting, I fought the thoughts of who am I to do this? These thoughts were so rooted that I was incapable of sending out an invoice for work I did for fear of rejection. The invoice was the ultimate statement of my value. It had to be given to another person whose payment or not was a judgment about me. It was debilitating. I learned about a visualization technique to identify these self-imposed limits. After getting into a relaxed state, you're directed to pull a box out and look inside. As I did this, I saw a pair of scissors and adding machine tape. This was my subconscious's way of highlighting my limiting thoughts. The scissors meant I couldn't cut it, and the adding machine tape was I wasn't worthy of my rate. How effective do you think I would be with these as my foundational thoughts? When you don't believe in you, how can anyone else? I asked a graphic designer who was looking for a job if he would hire himself. He actually paused and thought about his answer. Well, if you wouldn't hire you, why should I? Many people seem to be living with the motto, don't try, don't fail. If I don't ask the question, I can't get a no answer, and I can continue to live in Hopesville, blissfully ignorant of the reality around me. I had a meeting at our local coffee shop this week and got to observe a group of candidates interviewing for a job. Part-time, $15 an hour, marketing and admin support for a guy growing his IT business. He had interviewed 60 people and was struggling to find one. You can't believe how people were showing up. They come late, they dress like they don't care, they have little to say about themselves, they have no supporting documentation, they don't even look excited about themselves. They violate all the star power principles we talk about each week. They basically look like they quit before they started. You hear them use disempowering phrases like used to be and supposed to be that anchors them in the past, instead of using forward-looking phrases like next time and up until now. Last year, the Harvard Business Review did an interview with the recently retired Admiral Mike Mullen, who was chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He shares a story of successfully overcoming lower limit thinking. During his first ship command, he crashed into a buoy. Quote, "That was the first time I'd really failed, and I got an evaluation that should have ruined my career. But I had a mentor who helped me through it. I fought the system in a long, tedious process from 1973 to 1984, and I eventually got the evaluation removed from my record. That gave me a chance to command at least one more time. The lesson for me was, after you fail, do you give up or do you get up, knowing you still have a lot to give? I chose the second path." Admiral Mullen was not going to give in to lower limit thinking, and that is your encouragement for today. Don't quit before you start. Don't give your future up to someone else. Face into the negative talk going on in your head and then choose to actively disregard it. Once I identified my lower limit thinking with the scissors and adding machine tape, I was able to get on with starting my practice and mail out the invoice. It was a huge hurdle to overcome, and today I smile with each invoice mailed out. Don't quit before you start. Stop listening to the people who tell you the imminent end of life as we know it is happening tomorrow. Stop listening to your friends and family who tell you what a loser you are. Stop believing you are destined to live a life where you just get by. Stop believing you can't go back to school and you aren't smart enough for math. Get out to myvaluetree.com and get the 5 to Thrive handout, the Star Power Model, and catch up with the last 3 coaching sessions you may have missed under radio archives. You can do it. I'm Coach Davis.
Thank you, Coach. Well said. Well said. By the way, also thank you to Luke's Donuts, the official donut purveyor.
He was running back and forth here, waving the donuts in the air. This guy's a cheerleader like you can't believe. Amazing.
Ready to go. It's 7:30.